Welcome to Mammy's spectacular lunch today with me and my new friend, my good friend, Teresa, and we're going to have a great bloody lunch. We've invited some of our friends and our family in from the cemetery. I've got my house cleaner finishing up, and I'm going to run and put my apron on, and Teresa and I are going to get ready to have a bloody, yummy lunch. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining me for one of my favorite, obviously, holidays of the year. I wait all year for this. I really, really do. That's why I kind of want to bypass summer. And my husband gets really aggravated because now he acts like Eeyore. That's what he needs to go at the Halloween party as, Eeyore. And I'm more like Tigger, like a woohoo. But today I'm a witch, and Miss Teresa and I are the Witch Sisters. So anyway, my favorite thing to cook at the restaurant, well, it's everything, especially bacon. But anyway, one of my other favorite things to cook at the restaurant is soups. We do a fresh soup every day. And sometimes it's really hard after 14 years to come up with a soup every day. And you just, a fall soup, a summer soup, a spring soup, a winter soup. But this is the go-to soup that I always have. And I have customers that eat in my restaurant 4 years every day to come in and get a soup. And so I really think a lot about this one. But a lot of my customers, this is one soup that I'm fixing today that they dislike. But I love it. And the reason why I'm doing this soup today, because I get so excited, I get to use Stevie's, my son's, the best gardener in the world, fresh, homegrown, homemade tomato juice. So that's why we're doing okay, we're going to call it, I put basil. It's a Parmesan basil creamy tomato soup. And I know you ate this when you was a kid. I did. And we're going to do grilled cheeses with it. And so I'm so excited to do tomato soup and grilled cheese. That was just what we had for lunch. You know, and growing up, you know, in Gravel Switch, you know, visiting my grandparents, Mammy, and in Bravertsville, visiting her. You know, they did a lot of soups for lunch because whatever was left over the day before or the day before that even, they threw in a pot, and that's what they had for their breakfast, dinner, and supper. It wasn't lunch back then, it was dinner. So we're going to have us a spectacular, and of course it's red like blood, so it just all made sense to do this today. So what I'm going to do, this is a little different than what I do because I don't just throw a can of tomato soup in a pot. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some butter, and I'm going to saute some spices to put in this. So my good old, I've had some butter sitting out room temperature, and so we're going to put that in there. And then I'm going to use some garlic, just a little bit of garlic. That's all I need, just a bit. And it's minced, already minced for me. I've got some basil, creamed basil. Best thing I ever bought at the grocery. And then I've got some fresh basil and a bay leaf that I'm going to add later. So I'm also not ground cloves. Oh, just Teresa. That just smells like fall. It does. So we've got to add some to our saute. Now I'm going to strain this, so you're not going to eat that, but I'm going to strain it later because we're going to put some tomato paste to get that rich, zesty kind of flavor in that soup. So I'm going to take this over. Come on over here, John, and let's start sauteing all of this. And then we're going to add some sugar last when it gets raw. Come on, Teresa. Start melting that butter in there. And I'm going to bring some more butter over just in case I need it because you can't go wrong with butter. It does with those cloves. So I'm going to go ahead and mince, while Teresa is kind of watching that, sauteing that, I need some onions in there. And a friend of mine, a really, really good regular, my grandson, Bryce's grandfather, told me, because I cry all the time when I cut onions, to put a bowl of water in front of me cutting an onion. So, Mr. Freddie, we're going to see if this works. So, and Teresa's everything looking good back there?
It smells fantastic.
Awesome. It's going to be some really good tomato soup. And it sounds so good. You know, fall's a coming. It's still really hot and humid outside, but I think by the weekend it's going to be kind of chilly, and I'm so excited. I'm ready for it.
We got some sizzling now.
Okay, it's sounding good. I'm ready to bring my onions over. And you know what? I'm not crying. It works. Put a bowl of water in front of you while you're cutting up the onions.
I've also heard that
works.
If you burn a candle too.
Really? Wow, all these years I've been just
crying
misery. Yeah. That's just like a little witch's potion with your bowl of witch potion out there. You can see a bunch of witches just in the kitchen and yeah, cooking and coming up. This is kind of what this is a witch's potion. All right, let's come on over. Ready to put these onions in the skillet. All right, I'm going to pour some chicken broth in this skillet while it's good and hot. That looks really, really good. And we're going to kind of do a little bit of a taste test because I want to see if I need to add some. Oh, that's really going to taste good with Stevie's homemade sauce. I'm going to go ahead and put my salt and pepper in here. Doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
And then what we're going to do, I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to start a roux in this pot back here. And then we're going to put everything together. I'm going to strain this. I'm just going to let it simmer while I'm doing my roux just to get that really good clove and garlic action and onion. Just has a lot of flavor in that. So I'm going to set it to the side. I'm going to bring this pot over right here. Voila. Okay, so we're going to do about a stick of butter in here. I want a good roux going.
So you got to melt your butter first?
Yep, melt my butter first. And then I'm going to grab some cream. I'll be right back. So I've got some good old heavy whipping cream that just makes anything taste good. And it's going to go in your tomato soup, and that's what makes it so creamy and delicious. So do some flour in here. And this is an all-purpose flour. It's all going, ooh, and that's pretty. And that's perfect consistency, just like a dough is kind of how you want it, that buttery dough. So we're going to put some of this in there, a little bit at a time. I don't want it lumpy, so I'm going to whip it really, really good while it's cooking. This is kind of how I do my hot browns. I'm going to add a little bit of the chicken broth.
Makes it rich, doesn't it?
Makes it really rich. Kind of a secret ingredient with the chicken broth, you know.
There you go, secret ingredient.
But I don't want it to get really thick on me, so I'm going to break it up with the broth. Oh, that's starting to get really good and thick. So I'm going to see if we can do this without having to stop her. Oh, first off, get the sugar trying to hide up behind me. And it's going to be about a teaspoonful of sugar. Here we go. Oh, that's perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I'm going to turn it on low while we do this fancy, schmancy action. And, oh, that's going to be perfect. And there's all your richness and all your onions without getting any of those chunks or that full clove in there. Yum! Gosh, and I'm going to take that from you. Thank you so much. Get all I can. I'm gonna turn it on low. I'm gonna add a little bit more broth. And then Teresa, if you wanna grab a couple of the jars for me, we'll start pulling them in there while. Some good stuff right there. Get as much of it as I can. Oh my goodness.
Look how rich that is.
Oh, Stevie, wow. That looks great. Pop goes the weasel. That'll scare you. Oh yeah, it's starting to get a pretty color. All right, let's get a couple of more. I'm gonna turn him back up a little bit. Oh, it looks great. Get me another spoon. I get to taste, you get to do all the work.
That's all right.
Oh, I can taste all of those herbs. I'm going to grab some basil. Let's throw that in there. I like the basil in it. Alrighty, let's stop right there. Now, another thing I'm going to add is how I added it at the restaurant, because I'm like, I just don't want plain old tomato soup, you know, on Thursday or whatever. So I add some Parmesan, and then I need to add our chunks and some tomato juice, just to give it a little bit of a zest. And this is not chunky, these are crushed tomatoes. Oops, sorry. Just a little, see if I can do this a little bit easier. Oh gosh, that looks good. And then we're gonna add some Parmesan.
This is Parmesan Reggiana?
Parmigiano Reggiana, and it is a fresh grated Parmesan that we use at the restaurant every day for our, I'm going to put a whisk in here, get the clumps out for our hot brown sauce. Kind of make it like our hot brown sauce, other than it's just it's a tomato. And then we're going to let that simmer. And we're going to start on our desserts, which is going to be some ooey gooey eyeball chocolate cupcakes, triple fudge chocolate cupcakes with eyeballs in the middle. Can't wait to give them to my grandkids. Good. All right, let's get over here and get set up for, I'm going to let this simmer while we're cooking. It can simmer all day if you want it to. So it's going to be good. We're going to let that bay leaf set in there. We're going to come back and taste it, see if it needs anything, but we're going to get started on our cupcakes. Right back. Welcome back to Mammy's. We are excited to start with our fancy desserts. It's going to be, our relatives are really going to love these because we've got all the eyeballs. We went and picked them out of some frog's eyes, and we've got lots of stuff to put on our, can't wait till my grandchildren get here so I can make them eat a cupcake stuffed with an eyeball. But I like the best cake if you want to be quick, and if you're doing it with your kids or your friends or whatever. This is a chocolate fudge cake mix right here out of a box. And then this is a chocolate fudge pudding mix. Just can't get any.
Pudding and cake mix.
Pudding and chocolate fudge. Chocolate fudge on top of chocolate fudge, and plus chocolate fudge, and then chocolate fudge. It's just all around. And then so instead of the ingredients of the oil, I put in a cup of the applesauce. That you could put that in any recipe instead of, if you don't want to use oil in any recipe, always use the applesauce. It is great, and it makes it really, really moist. Instead of the water, I'm going to do a half cup of coffee. And it just really enhances that chocolate flavor, which if that, I didn't believe it at first because I thought, well, I don't want to eat a chocolate cake that tastes like coffee. You cannot taste it at all. It just really enhances the flavor. And the best ingredient of all is I'm going to add about a half a cup of sour cream. Boy, that's going to be so good. Now what we're going to do, we're going to mix this. Let me get my mixers out. And we're going to mix this. Get my butter over there. We're going to use that later in our cupcakes. And we're going to mix this all up. And before I do that, I'm going to add 4 eggs. And that's just going to make it more of a chewier texture. I like more of a fudgy brownie texture than I do the cake. So I'm going to add 4 instead of 3 that it calls for. And this is probably going to go everywhere. So watch out, Teresa. I'm going to try to go on low. Ooh, gonna be good. I'm a messy witch. So I'm very thankful for Teresa coming in and helping me today.
I'm happy to be here.
Good. You're never too old to have new friendships, and we've just had one today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I had a dream about you last night. I
you really?
swear I did. It was just weird. I had a dream that I had just met Teresa, and we were laughing and laughing and laughing because I love to laugh. I think sometimes that's what's gotten me through a lot of heartache and pain in my life, which I've had a ton. I know everybody has, but laughter has been one thing that has really gotten me through it, that's for sure. Love being with my friends. Okay, so I'm going to add some chunks.
Because it's not chocolatey enough.
It's not chocolatey
We need more
enough.
chocolate.
But then when you kind of chunk, you know, like what I bite into, is that a bone?
Could be a bone or a chocolate chunk.
The chocolatier, the better. Ooh, wee. I'm going to have some wine with some other friends tonight, and this will be perfect.
Yes.
With some red wine. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to get our eyeballs out, and they taste pretty good. Look, I got chocolate everywhere.
I mean, they're really just candy fruit. But for today, they're eyeballs.
You want to taste one?
I've
did
had
have
candy
to taste
fruit.
it. Okay, so, you know, I just thought, ooh, the consistency. So when you bite into, ooh, sticky. When you bite into it, it's going to have that kind of a crunch, like you stepped on a bug.
Yep.
But it's going to go, it pairs perfectly with chocolate. All right. All right, I'm going to spray the little liner, the little pumpkin and trick or treat. Just want to give them a real light spray with some olive oil spray. Just don't want them to stick it in the paper. So anyway, move the phone out of the way. Oh, excuse
Somebody's
me.
calling again.
Hold on one second.
Come with me.
Okay.
Crave.
All right, I'll pick y'all up in just a little bit. I'm getting ready to put my cupcakes in. And as soon as we get that done, we'll come right back and get y'all and we'll eat. All right? Love you. Bye. They will not leave us alone. All right, you do that. I'll just stick him in there, and then we'll cover him back up. So cute. I'm not even going to let them know that they're in there. And it really, they do. They're cherries, so they pair perfectly with the dark chocolate. And that's what we got going on here. And then we're going to cover, I've got some Oreo cookie mixture that we just, looks like dirt. Looks like coming up from the grave.
So does Mammy's hand out Halloween candy?
Yes, we do. All of downtown, we have a trick-or-treat downtown, Bardstown, which is, we've had that for years. I mean, it's gotten so big.
It's fun to see all the kids.
It is. And I mean, you just go through a ton of candy because it's really nice to have all of those kids come by and seeing all the little costumes. My grandkids do it. And it's a safe version of Halloween trick-or-treating. So, okay, let's put that in here. My new good friend. There we go. Oh, they're going to be so good. I've got my soup on. We've got our eyeball cupcakes in, and I'm going to make a butter chocolate icing, a buttercream chocolate icing. I've got an 8-ounce package of cream cheese in here already. It's at room temperature. It's pretty soft. So I'm going to kind of whip that up really quick. I'm going to add some butter, my favorite thing. Told you the story how I used to go next door neighbors and borrow a stick of butter and I would eat it. God. Either my mother never fed me or I just really liked butter. I think I just really liked butter. So we've got 2 sticks of butter, which is a cup, equivalent to a cup. My favorite icing. And I'm going to add a little bit of cream just so I'm not going to get powdered sugar everywhere. I'm going to stop for a minute and I'm going to get it off the side so it can all be incorporated with the powdered sugar and the chocolate. On the finger there.
And icing really is not that hard to make, and it's so much better when you make it homemade.
It is so much better, and you know what? You can make it ahead of time too.
Yes.
And I make mine at the restaurant ahead of time, and if I have some left over, like a peanut butter icing, I'll make it, put it on my pancakes, on my French toast, and it's just good on anything. So what you don't use, stick in the refrigerator, put it in a bag. All right, we're gonna put some cocoa in here, unsweetened cocoa. A little bit of that. This is 1/3 cup, and we're gonna see if it's chocolatey enough. Not, we'll add some more. All right, so we're gonna add some powdered sugar. Get it pretty moist in there because all of this is going to go in there. This is usually a messy job, but boy, it turns out perfect and it's well worth the mess.
And when do you put the vanilla extract in there?
Last. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Gives it that flavor right at the end.
Oh my gosh, I can smell it from here.
It does smell good. And I'm going to add some more chocolate. I want mine a little bit darker since I'm doing a triple chocolate fudge. So I've done about 2/3. And that should be plenty. And also with the cocoa, the unsweetened cocoa, you're not getting a real sweet. You've got the sweetness of the powdered sugar, the unsweetness of the cocoa. So it kind of balances out where it's not extremely sweet. So it's decadent.
Yes, very decadent.
Makes your mouth water like mine's doing.
At this point when we were kids, we were begging Mom, can we lick something? We need to lick something right now.
I always had the mixers with the mashed potatoes or the cakes or whatever she had to mix. I got to lick the mixer.
Scrape the sides down.
Get all the sides down. Because you don't get some butter stuck in there or a big chunk of chocolate cocoa. Okay, try to add the rest of this, our powdered sugar. Oh, got to get it at a creamy consistency, but then spreadable. You don't want it to fall off your cupcakes, obviously.
Let's check on those. Can we peek on them?
Oh, they look perfect!
And smell delicious.
That coffee really brings out that chocolate flavor,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. That's good. So
That's fantastic.
might as well put the rest of it in there. It's not going to hurt it.
Nope.
It's really, really good. Yum. Woo, doggies. This has been a great day.
Absolutely.
I love it.
You can just taste
So
the
much
freshness.
fun doing this with friends. I'm telling you. And since I feel like I'm just eating soup in a sandwich, I feel like I can
You can
allow
have
myself
dessert. Yes.
to have dessert. I sure can.
When Mom and I came to Mammy's, we would always split your appetizer plate and a super sandwich. And so we would always have room for some dessert. For the homemade pie.
Yes, Teresa said that she used to bring her mother in our old restaurant.
Yep.
And how many good memories
Yes.
she had there.
Yeah.
And how much Mammy's meant
Yes.
to her mother.
Yes.
And that she's gone now, and those
Yeah.
are the memories that you have through watching my TV show. That's why she wanted to come on today, and I'm very happy to have you.
Thank you for
I'm so
having me.
glad to be just a great friend now.
Thank
my
you
dream
so
came
much.
true. Dreams come true. And that's what I want Mammy's to be, more than a restaurant, because it is about the food, but what surprises me every day is just so simple. Food is, to me, country food. It's not that fine dining. It's just a simple grilled cheese sandwich
Right.
and tomato soup with a cupcake. But the meaning to it,
Yeah.
like it meant to your mother and like it means to so many other people, of all of our customers and stuff, they mean so much to me and to our whole family. And when we lose people like your mother and so many others in the restaurant, it's the worst part about having your own business is to meet people like that and know people like that and lose them. And there's so many of them. So we really do appreciate everything, and love them so much. But I think this is done. Oh,
Looks so creamy. Look
that
how
looks
creamy
good.
it is.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. See, I made too much. Darn it.
Somebody will have to eat it.
Have you ever thought about bad words in the old days?
Yes.
I think I got spanked for saying bull.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I said bull. And I think my dad smacked me. And my brother, he got spanked for saying darn or darn. That was like a really bad word. Nowadays,
I hear much worse than that.
I hear much worse, and I kind of say much worse sometimes.
Yes.
But anyway, we're going to put this in the fridge. I'm going to leave this in the fridge while our cupcakes are cooking, and we're going to get our grilled cheeses ready. Yum. This is going to be the best grilled cheese ever. One of our most popular, our first sandwich and one of our most popular sandwiches. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a message from one of our great sponsors, take a break from one of our great sponsors, and we'll be right back. And me and Teresa are going to get a lot more good stuff together. We can come right back. Welcome back. Now we get to play with our cheese and our fresh French bread. You know, at the restaurant we do it on Texas toast, but I want it to be fancy for my company today. So we're going to slice some fresh bread. Yum. Let's get the heel off. We don't want to use that.
Although that is my favorite part of the bread.
It is my favorite part too, because like when you dip it in
Yes.
the oils and stuff, I love it. So we're going to make some grilled cheeses like we do at the restaurant. Yeah, you can go ahead and butter that. Oh, this bread smells so good. Oh my goodness. We always had fresh bread growing up for some reason. It seems like we would have sliced bread, but we'd always have this fresh bread too that my grandmother's always fixed.
Well, back then bread was cheap to make. Cornbread was cheap to make.
It was,
made
and you
a
always
meal
had it, and it was filling.
much further. Absolutely.
Yeah, all the farmers that came in to eat.
And they burn those calories. They, can
They
eat
sure
all this
did.
bread.
They sure did.
They're the backbones of this country.
They are, and the way they worked, I could never imagine working that hard in a million
Absolutely
years.
not.
And so we're just doing some butter, like butter on the spread. And then I've got some Swiss, I've got some pepper jack, and I've got some American. And we're just gonna come over here. And Matilda, come on. It's not ready yet. Matilda, you're gonna have to come back.
You have to wait.
Sorry.
Bye-bye,
In about
Matilda.
20 minutes, we'll have lunch on. Go back to your chair. So I'm going to see
Hot
if
skillet.
this is really, really hot, because we need this to melt. So we're going to put that on that side.
Pepper jack.
See if we can get two at the same time. Cheese. There we go. Pepper jack.
Pepper jack.
Just put whatever you want on there. It's your sandwich.
It's an American.
This is a sandwich. This is an American sandwich. Mmm. Yum, yum. I'll get that for you. And we are going to let that. Ooh, it looks so good. Gotta spread them out.
There you go.
Melt really good. Got some more right here. Pepper jack on that one. We're just going to put them all on there.
There we go. Some Swiss on that one.
Yep. Love Swiss.
Or as
so
we used to call it, mouse cheese.
It's so good. The mouse cheese is so good. Cheese and bread. I can live on that. So got that. It's good old iron skillet. I don't want to touch it because that sucker is hot. I'm going to check on while we're over here.
Ooh.
Oh,
They're
they're
close,
good and done. Yeah, let's get them out while our grilled cheese is cooking. Oh my goodness, they're just perfect. Smell. And covered up them little eyeballs. Perfect. We're going to stick these in the freezer because we want to ice them pretty quick. I don't want to put them in the refrigerator. That kind of dries them out, where our freezer just kind of keeps that moisture and all that good yumminess inside. So we're going to stick them down in the freezer.
They're beautiful.
Perfect.
Look how the cheese is melting.
Yum. And that iron skillet, boy, I tell you.
You can't beat
Just
an
how
iron
my
skillet.
papa and my Mammy Clyde always cooked in Bradfordsville, Kentucky. So where's your family from?
Well, my dad's family's all around New Haven,
Oh, my
Of
husband's
Youngers
from
Creek.
New Haven.
and my mother grew up in upstate New York on a dairy farm.
Oh, wow, New
Yeah.
York?
Upstate New York.
And New Haven?
Yep.
They kind of like
Yep.
matches, and upstate New York is beautiful.
Yes,
That's
it
where we
is.
go. That's the
Yep.
one vacation my husband and I get every year. We go upstate New York, and we feel like we're really in Kentucky.
Right,
it's
you are.
beautiful.
Yes, very
and
much.
it's as pretty as New Haven.
Yep.
So you're kind of a country, city-ish country
Absolutely.
girl, kind of a good mixture.
Country girl of
yeah.
heart. Absolutely.
Actually.
People don't realize that the term hillbilly came from upstate New York, not Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I can see that. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that, though.
Yep.
But I can see that because there's a lot of hillbillies up there
Yes.
when we go. Still.
Yep.
They're still there. You know, we go for the horses
Yes.
in upstate. And the Adirondack Mountains are,
Yeah.
oh, it's just, gosh, it
gorgeous.
really is gorgeous. Wow. We have lots in common.
We do.
New Haven, I can't believe that.
Yep.
I have a great friend and a cook that's from, where did you say, the New Haven?
Upstate New York?
No, the other town in New Haven.
Oh, Youngers Creek.
Youngers Creek,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of my cooks was from
That's
Youngers
where a lot
Creek.
of my relatives are buried, in Youngers Creek.
Yeah. Yeah, the Clarks is who I'm married to. Oh, perfect.
They're beautiful.
And 95 cents.
I know.
At Kroger. I mean, I'm like, I'm going to eat it today.
Right.
You know?
Oh, that's the best part.
I know, that's why I was scraping him. He's under there somewhere. The burnt cheese. Somebody got so mad, I made some shrimp, and I was barbecuing them on the grill, and so and I put some cheddar, shredded cheddar on it, so it crisps that cheddar. Somebody I served it. I'm like, ooh, boy, it's good. They got mad at me because they didn't want the burnt cheddar. I was like, that's the best part.
You should have kicked them out of the restaurant.
Oh my goodness, Teresa.
It's delicious.
They're perfect.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna start with some asparagus. I'm gonna do some fried asparagus. It's just like a little appetizer, a finger food to me. And I feel like you just have to have something green to go with the red and it kind of looks like a witch's finger.
Some of your relatives' fingers.
Yeah. So what they don't know. And so I just cut off the end real hard pieces, the white part. And yeah, this is a great Halloween food to do too, because it does look like your fingers. So we're gonna crack some eggs. Here. Trying to roll off on me. I'm gonna dip, and I've got salt, pepper, cornmeal, and all-purpose flour, just like a tablespoon, but most of it's cornmeal. And I'm gonna add a little bit of cream to my egg mixture. It's just cream and everything today. But you had it in the fridge, so you're gonna use it. All right, so what we're gonna do is just throw them in there, dip them, and you're just gonna eat them whenever you fry them. So I take our fork. I've got my grease going behind me, getting pretty steamy hot.
You do the wet, I'll do the dry. How about that?
All right, throw them in there. And this is such an easy appetizer to have at your party. And you'd have so many of them.
You can cook them up ahead of time, put them in the oven to keep them warm.
Actually, can put them in the oven and bake them. They would be wonderful. They already look like my aunt's fingers. They look like my hands. Put a little tomato sauce on there and we're ready to go.
Oh, you could dip these in marinara sauce.
We could do them in a marinara sauce. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, we're going to do that.
We could have put some Parmesan cheese in this.
Well, we've got some. Let's do that. Here's some Parmesan that we're going to have for our soup. We can do this. And actually put some basil in there.
That'd be even.
So we'll try that. That's what you do in your kitchen, especially when you have girlfriends and family. I remember the days where my family, when all the aunts and all the uncles would come in together, and some of the uncles would even be in the kitchen with my mom and all of her sisters. Of course, we were young and little. We were just watching them, but they would do all these recipes. And let me see. Oh, yep, it's good and hot. And I'm going to turn the heat up. Just about a medium high. I love asparagus.
I do too.
I love green vegetables. I mean, I never had a problem with eating vegetables. My kitchen is smelling really good today with the chocolate, the herbs and spices in the tomato soup, the asparagus frying. It's just a wonderful aroma in this kitchen today.
They're starting to brown. So that grease is pretty hot, isn't it?
Yes, and I've used a pure vegetable oil because I wanted it to be really good and flavorful. I usually use the olive oil and stuff if I don't want that extra flavor, but on this I'll need some flavor. I'll add some pepper to these. A little bit of salt. Don't worry, I won't add sugar.
That's definitely a southern thing.
It was just like, and I've said it before, my grandmother's always added sugar to pinto beans or green beans. We add brown sugar to our green beans every day. But it was a flavor that it's like adding a pinch of salt. You add a pinch of sugar to bring out some flavors as well. So it's how I was taught anyway. Fried asparagus. How could you make something so healthy be so delicious? That's what witches do. That's what we do. We brew.
Absolutely.
See if I can get them out of here with this fork. Where is the tongue?
Maybe
Here.
There you go.
Here we go. Smells a little bit like cornbread.
Or I was thinking fried green tomatoes.
Fried green tomatoes, yeah. This is a different version, just with the yum. Oh, yum. It's so much more fun to cook with people. I see why my mom's sisters were all so close together. There was, in my dad's family, but my mom there was eight brothers, 8 sisters.
Wow.
And so to have all of them in the kitchen and, you know, which I thought was gigantic. But years later, when I go back to Mammy's house, it's like, how did they fit in this kitchen? It's tiny. How did they sleep? There were 3 bedrooms upstairs. Palp's room was downstairs. So I guess 8 boys I guess they were older. Some of them had left and so on. But you just wonder how they did it. When I stayed all night with Palp and Mammy, I'd be so hot.
Yeah.
There was no fans. You didn't have a fan like I have. I sleep with one every night. I don't need it other than just the sound. But I just don't. It just amazes me to this day, and I think that's why I just try to keep the memories alive. And I'm sure your mother had plenty of memories to share that just that's so different from today.
Absolutely.
And you know, the good old days, we call them the good old days, which we're making the good old days now for our children.
Right.
And that's what I hope I can keep my mom's and her mom's memory up as far as back as I can. Because literally, those days are far gone.
Yes.
And they'll never be back. But, and so, I'm getting older too.
Yes.
So we're going to finish these up and we're going to get the table set. One last thing, and that's our cupcakes.
Icing.
That's going to be the fun part. Teresa, Pinky promised that we don't eat the cupcake before we eat the soup.
I promise.
We'll be right back right after this. All right, welcome back to Mammy's. We're having so much fun in the kitchen today that we decided to open up a bottle of wine, and appropriately the name is Cupcake Pinot
Grigio.
Pinot Grigio. And it pairs with chocolate, tomato soup, grilled cheeses, and asparagus perfectly. But what we're trying to do right now, rather than eat our cupcakes first, we're gonna ice them, and then we've got them right here. Oh, they smell divine. So I'm gonna cut that off. I'm gonna pipe them, and I'm gonna hand them to Teresa, and she can decorate them however she likes. And this is so much fun to do with your kids for a party. We are gonna have my granddaughter's birthday party. Her birthday's November 4th, but we're gonna do a Halloween party because she loves dressing up. So this will be something for her and her friends to be able to do together. Let me see. Chocolate, wine. What a perfect day. Wow. That's so, both enhanced each other. Oh my gosh. This chocolate, I cannot wait to bite into one of these cupcakes to see how that actually feels. Oh my goodness, all the brains
Little bones.
and the eyeballs and the bones. How fun. Oh, this is going to be something. My grandkids, when they get here today, they're going to be so excited. They're going to think Mammy did all of this, stayed home from work today to do all of this for them. And you know what? I'm going to let them think that. Look what Mammy's been doing for you today. Just like my Mammy really did in real life for us. She loved doing special things like this for us. And my mom was really, really good at it. A chunk of cream cheese in there. There we go. He's a little lopsided, but still edible. And I will be cooking these all day long. Yum, look at that. How much fun is that? Look at the eyeball. I'm gonna eat eyeball on an eyeball. Oh, wow, they're so good too. This buttercream icing. Oh my goodness. I'm
here's
gonna
a
have to make
finger.
this.
Look at the finger.
Oh, how cool. Let's put some dirt around them. In the graveyard, my guests are just gonna love this. They're gonna think we went out in the yard and done this just for them. I love my little cupcake stand. All the dirt on it. My granddaughter Ella is gonna say, Mammy, please, I wanna do this for my birthday. That makes me so happy. So if you have any questions, anybody out there, do you like these wonderful cupcakes with the eyeballs inside? Should we try one right now while we're going live? I don't know.
So.
Would you like for us to try one to see if we really have that crispness of what you think an eyeball would be? I don't know.
You've talked me into it.
Let me take another drink of wine. All right, let's try one. Oh, I want the finger. I get the finger and the eyeball and the brain. Oh my goodness. All right, Teresa and I are going to try it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good. Oh, I can't.
Look at
I can't
the
get eyeball. What color did you get? Brown or green?
Red.
I got the green eyeball. Wow.
The icing is fantastic.
Oh, it's all over my face.
You cannot buy icing like that.
No. And that eyeball, that cherry, wow. That really makes
Great
the flavor good. Yeah. Oh, wow.
So rich.
Oh, it's perfect.
Delicious.
That is great for a party.
Your grandkids will love those.
I can't wait for you to try that. That is great. We are going to go get all of our relatives. I'm sorry, I've got a gummy in my mouth. A brain. I'm eating a brain right now after the eyeball's gone down. And I can't wait for Teresa to taste this tomato soup. Just let her let me know if it's yay or nay.
I will definitely let you know.
And then we're going to grab our sandwiches and our
delicious asparagus.
asparagus. Yeah. And then we'll go back to our eyeball cupcakes. Okay, so we've got the family back together. We've got our meal all ready. And they're so, so hungry. She just lost her head over it. It's so good. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to have family back in the kitchen and cooking with for all your relatives and new friends. Here's some of our bloody tomato soup. Oh, don't know if this comes from our head or not, but it looks good. Oh,
This is to die
that don't
for.
taste like out of a can, does it? Oh my gosh, that's so good. Creamy. And taste of that. All right, let's do it with the You got to dip. I'm a dipper.
I'm a dipper.
Yeah, I've got to have my sandwich in my soup. No matter what soup it is, my sandwich is going in. Oh, wow.
That pepper jack.
That's good. Swiss. Crunchy, buttery. Wow, that's really good. Oh, there's nothing better than a good old creamy fashion tomato soup.
There's just so many layers.
There really
to the
is.
soup, the cheese, the
And
spices.
that basil's really, really good. And you can see the little feint of onion, which you don't want it to be overpowering, but it really is good. I'm telling you, you've got to try this recipe.
Yes.
This ain't your mama's creamy tomato soup. This is Mammy's tomato soup. It's so good. What a great meal to have. And we can have this sitting on the stove all day long. And it can come over till tomorrow. Soups are always better the next day. Like if you had chili or vegetable soup, something that's going to sit in that rich, meaty flavor and that tomato sauce, saucy flavor. And so we will do that occasionally when we have chili or something, because chili is always better the next day. Everybody knows that. You can actually make it and then serve it the next day is what I always did. Had one customer, and he's no longer with us. God bless him and his family. But I had one customer who would never eat my day-old soup, and he was like, "Mammy, is that soup today's or yesterday's?" And I'd be like, it's so good. I wanted to lie, but I didn't. But I was like, "I'm sorry, it was yesterday's." He's like, "Give me a hamburger then." But anyway, if it wasn't for all of our regulars like that, we would not be here today. They really, really helped start our business. Hey, we forgot about their finger and our witch's fingernails. Look, you like that, don't ya? Yum. Look, yum. That's so funny. Oh,
This fried asparagus is delicious.
oh gosh, it's a dipper. Remember we said we wanted a dip for it?
Yep.
Oh, wow, that's really good. Wow, that is perfect. I love that. I'm telling you.
You've outdone yourself today.
It's beautiful. It's all because you were here. I had a dream about you last night, and it worked out perfect.
I've been dreaming of coming, so it works out perfect.
My goodness. Oh,
Thank you.
Your mom and my mom. Oh, I'm going to cry.
Well, I'm sure they're in heaven kissing right now.
Oh, thank you so much,
Thank
Teresa.
you.
I can't wait for you to come back too.
Me
She's
too.
got to go back to school, but maybe for Christmas
Yes,
you can
absolutely.
come. Oh, it'll be wonderful. Thank you all so much. And also remember, shop local, eat local, drink local. Yes. And also bank local. Just do everything local. Our towns are beautiful all around the state of Kentucky. Just love them all. We've got lots of, guess what's coming up? Arts and crafts. Oh, and one more thing. Hold on 1 second. I got to show you something. So one more thing. Shop local, eat local, drink local, do your business local. Because our small towns mean so much to us. They mean so much to me, people like us. And I also have, I'll tell you what, one little story. I started out, me and my mom and my daughter Robin started out with a home accessory store, and she did custom sewing. The restaurant, we just ended up starting to have a little bit of food here and there, and it just blew up into a full-time restaurant. So I went from a home accessory gift shop store this big, moved, went this big, moved. The restaurant kept getting bigger and bigger and kind of pushing me out of the home accessory business, which it's a sign from God. I'll take it and I'll do it. So I have got my little slither of a gift shop in the restaurant. So while you're waiting to eat or waiting for your table, aren't they awesome?
Sweet tea.
I love candles. And these are the flavors of Mammy's Kitchen.
Yeah.
That is sweet tea. Look at this barn door. I mean,
They
it
smell
smells
fantastic.
just like Palp's barn, and it's a good smell on the outside, not what's in it. But
Right.
oh, that's awesome! They've got the sweet tea candle. That is the heirloom pumpkin. These are all for sale in our little gift shop. This is my brother makes Uncle Marty's bourbon sauce. And this is a pumpkin salsa that he made. So we do our sauces, we do our house dressing, we sell our house dressing, our salsas, our bourbon salsas. And look, I just love these old shoes. They're metal, they can be planters, or you can hang them up. But they remind me of Pawpaw's old shoes, or even my dad's when he come home to sit beside the door. Just little gifts like that.
Oh, delicious.
I've got a vanilla extract candle. Oh, I love that one. And don't laugh, Teresa. You're going to love this one. It's paprika.
I love paprika.
Oh, yeah. It's just a great gift for
my
your
goodness.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
It is
it's
fantastic.
a paprika candle. And I don't know. It's just a good gift. But come and see us at Mammy's Kitchen. While you wait, visit our shop, my little slither of a gift shop. Thank you for joining me today. Teresa, again, thank you for joining me. And I appreciate you all so, so much. Love you all, and God bless you. See you next time.